half and the quarter altogether.
An important challenge for teachers is to find ways to assess what students know and how they think about mathematics.
There's 4 left.
Yes.
We'd each get 1 whole and half.
So we can go back and look.
Fractions is a rich and complex topic. Rather than showing several interviews on fractions, I focus on one student's assessment. This way, teachers can follow, in depth, David's process of thinking and can see a range of ways to probe a student's understanding.
Well, today I'm going to ask you some questions about fractions. And the reason I'm asking you the questions is not so much to test what you understand about fractions, but to help teachers see the kinds of questions that can give them information about what students do and don't understand. So the first one I call the pizza problem. And what I'm going to do is draw on your paper 2 pizzas. And what I'd like you to do is imagine that you are sharing these 2 pizzas with 2 friends. So 3 of you are sharing these 2 pizzas. So I'd like you to show me how you would divide the pizzas so that each of the 3 of you would get the same amount.
The 3 friends, right?
3 of you all together.
Should I go like that? Split them in thirds. Then I just split the other one in 3s. Like that.
So shade in for me which of the pieces the pizza you would eat. You were one of the 3 people.
I'm going like that. And maybe like that.
Okay, and if I said to you, could you write down a number that describes how much you would get of the pizza? How would you describe in numbers how much you would get?
In fractions. Oh.
What were you thinking?
2/3.
Well, write it down and tell me what made you stop.
2/3 because there's 6. And I just noticed the other pizza.
So if the 2/3 was 2/3 of...
Yeah, I counted these, but I forgot the other ones.
So what do you think now?
I think 2/6.
2/6. And so your share would be 2/6.
Yeah.
2/6 of...
The 6 pieces of pizza.
2/6 of the 6 pieces. How much of each pizza did you get?
1/3.
You got 1/3. Is that the same as 2/6?
No.
And how are they different? Write down 1/3. This helps me just see that you can write fractions.
1/3.
So how do 2/6 and 1/3 compare?
All you do is double them.
So which do you think is the right answer, the one that you would stick with? If I said, how much of the pizza do you get, David, what would you say?
I would say this one.
Suppose you went to a party and there were 8 people at the party, and somebody brought out a plate of 1 dozen brownies. And everybody decided the only fair thing to do was to share them equally. Is how much would each person get?
1 dozen, okay. I gotta draw this. 2, 3, 12.
And what are those 12?
The brownies.
Okay.
And I gotta draw. In between 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I would put 6. A whole one go to each one. 6, 7, 8. Now it's 2. I divide these in half. And give each one a half.
Okay, so how much does each person get?
1 1/2.
And can you write that number for me? And read that for me.
1/2.
Before you told me they each get 1 1/2. Is that right?
Yeah.
But you only wrote 1/2. Do you know how to write 1 1/2?
No.
Put a 1 right in front of the 1/2.
1.
Big, like that.
Oh.
Okay? Never mind it?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, suppose somebody else went in the kitchen and found a plate with 3 more brownies on it. And instead of eating them all, brought them out to be a fair person and said, I found 3 more brownies. And so they decided, okay, let's share those equally as well. So if you had 3 brownies to share among the same 8 people, how much would they each get then?
3. I mean, I gotta draw this, so 3. Now I have to go.
You're going to have to cut the brownies somehow. How might you
Yeah.
cut them?
I was gonna say halves.
We'll do it first and see what happens.
I was gonna go halves, but that's only 6 people.
All right, so now what are you going to do?
I was gonna put them in. I was gonna make them in 4s, but that would make 8. But there's 2 more halves left. Yeah. Okay. I could do this and give them the 8.
So they each get...
They each get a fourth then, after I
Okay.
give them the 1 1/2. And
Now what are you going to do with that last brownie?
I divide it into 8. Gosh. I have to go like that.
All right.
Kind of small.
So if you're going to figure out your share, first you got 1.5 brownies, and then how much did you get here?
A fourth.
All right, write that down.
And add it to this.
Yeah, I guess that'll be good.
Fourth.
And then you get how much of this brownie?
An 8.
All right, write that down. And now my question is, if you added up how much you had altogether, you think you're going to get more than 2 brownies or less than 2 brownies altogether?
I would say you get less. Because these don't equal up to another half.
Do you know how much those equal up to?
Not a 12th.
Shade in the exact ones that you were going to eat. Let's see if
That I would?
Yeah, so you would get,
Get this.
all right, so you get that one.
And I like this one. And then I probably get that one.
Uh-huh.
And maybe one of these.
So you have the whole, the half, the fourth, and the eighth.
Like this one. And if I add it to this one, that'd probably be that much. If I added that half, it'd be that much. So I'd probably get one, then
Almost a whole one, but not quite.
Yeah.
So how much is that little piece that's left over is the question.
that's an 8.
So if you ate the whole brownie except for 1/8, how much of that brownie did you eat?
I eat one.
How many eighths, David, were in?
7 8.
7 eighths. So how much would you eat altogether?
I eat 1 and 7 8.
So you have all these fractions here, and you added these up and you got that. Could you put in the plus signs and so on so that it looked like it was a fraction problem?
And I can say that and that equals that.
Yeah, you convinced about that?
Yeah.
You feel absolutely sure?
Yes.